Reach here. Next PSY OP investigation. Now, if you've been watching British news, then you've seen something about this. It's obviously the biggest news story going on at the moment, right? And it's about Henry NOWAK being stabbed and killed by a Sikh Vikram Digwa. Right? As you see there, as we know with these things anyway, you know, we're not a PSYOPs and we're not for some type of political reason and probably leading on to some attempted the change of law or something like that, right? You see, Henry NOWAK's killer calls 999 as your 666 could put it. So straight away you see that NOWAK means newcomer. Right? So straight away you know it's to do with immigration, their things, right? The newcomers. You see emigres may acquire forms NOWAK, right? So it's basically immigration, direct immigration type of PSYOP, newcomers. And basically this Henry NOWAK character, he was Polish immigrant. Right? And as you see, the name is stemming from Jewish origins. Obviously very popular, you know, in Poland, and with all our peoples who've gone across different places and all that as well. As you see one here, Tommy NOWAK in the movie Pink Cadillac. See it? Digwa, right, I mean long grass. That can obviously refer to snake in the grass, right? Sort of diluting a sort of in the meaning of this PSYOP, right? Now another element of this PSYOP, right, I've showed this one a few times here, it crops up in the PSYOPs quite a lot, is creating a distrust for the police. Now, there's one of the things that come out of this is that the police come off badly, and people are commenting in the pages and that never trust the police. You know, the police should be held accountable for this and all that. Right? So again, they're putting the distance in between the police and the normal people, right? Which is, again, if you're trying to bring about a dystopian society, right? You need a distance between the people and the authorities, or the perceived authorities. You need that distance between them, right? And you need a fear of police as opposed to a trust of police, which used to be the case with the old Bobby's idea and all that. You know, everyone trusted the local policeman idea, and now they're going for don't trust them. You know, don't trust them at all, right? Now obviously this as we know in Hebrew goes from right to left, right? You can see in this one you've got canoe, right? W become E, so you've got canoe, right? Now canoe is basically a river boat. You know, as you know, like obviously spelled with a C in there. It's a small boat. Again, it's a small boat idea, right? Now as you know, right, Caligula, third Roman emperor, with little boots which become a small boats, right? Which obviously is to do a Club of Rome, this global think tank NGO, right? These are basically a big thing of what's propelling the immigration into the European countries, right? The Club of Rome. But if you look at Rome, right, again in relation to small boats, you got the W-E, turn the M upside down, you got the Club of Rome, right? And that basically referred to this song with Michael rowed a boat ashore. Hallelujah. Satan and all that, right? So when the thing is stuff right here, row the boat ashore, right? Bear in mind that the thing there between the Henry NOWAK in the Vikram Singh or whatever it was, that name, right? It's basically a Polish Jewish immigrant and an Indian Sikh immigrant, right? So neither is British or English or Scots or Welsh, or right? So it's foreign, totally foreign stuff. So they're rowing the boat ashore, bringing these problems over, right? So you see, when you have rowed a boat ashore, Michael rowed a boat, you see that Michael is the archangel and the warrior of God, warrior of God. His name, which means who is like God, right? So who is like God means WHO, World Health Organization. The book of Enoch, obviously you've got Enoch power, right? So this is all factored in with this. Michael is one of the 7 archangels, and it's basically the warrior, as with the sword all the time. So the important war, strife, stuff like that to the shores of the European countries, done on purpose. As you see, Michael, the Archangel, Jude 9. Now here Jude, obviously by the Beatles, right? There you see, who is like God, and translated as Michael. They all work together. The WHO, United Nations, Club of Rome, all lower ones, EU, and all these organisation things. Again, when you got they're trying to create a dystopian future thing, right? Sterile, dystopian, where citizens are kept docile through mandatory drugs and emotionless uniformity, again, the UN. Right? So WHO is about the drugs, the pharmaceuticals, as we know. Right? It's the Moses symbol, right? So here you have THX. This is a fantasy film written about it, done about it. And the TH is again the Masonic, right? 3 8s is 11, 8, 16, 24, which is 6. Which can be 9/11, right? So 11, 3, 8 become 9/11. TH is the triple tower, right? Resembles a large T atop the horizontal bar of an H. You obviously see them as Thunderbirds, right? Now Thunderbirds are the FAB, right? Again, if you're going in the Hebrewistic manner, right, it's BAF, right? But again, we come back to Baphomet, right? And as you see, the caduceus symbol is the same as the World Health Organization, right? With the children looking up. This thing becomes the same as Moses, right? Moses is got the horns and all, right? And so it all intercedes, all these things intercede, right, together, right? God, Satan, and all the rest of it. So Moses with brass serpent, right? It's basically, again, Baphomet, right? And there's the symbol again. When you're Fabian society, right? Like the far before the Beatles, FAB and all that, right? So it's a Bath and the Ian, right? Now Ian, as you know, is John. Ian is John. So a Fabian society is John the Baptist, right? John the Baptist again. So all the same character, if you like, Moses, John the Baptist, Baphomet. Now we're going back that movie with the THX. Right? So you see the police in that particular movie become like something dystopian, and the peoples are frightened of the police, right? And that's what they're trying to like dehumanize the police with all these psyops. They're trying to dehumanize it. You know, like the opposite of what was it, Dixon of Dark Green or something like that, where we're trying to humanize the idea. Now we're trying to dehumanize the idea of police to make it like this, so they want the people to be scared, right, of police, and also to dislike them and hate them and not want to join, obviously, right? So again, you're talking about restocking the place, like say Britain, with newcomers. They want us newcomers to become the new police. They don't want the native peoples of Britain to join the police and become the police, right? So they want the native ones to sort of hate police, and then the newcomers come in and become the faceless new police idea, right, of the state, right? So basically, right, it's a psyop, right, a totally foreign-based psyop. Like the thing about the kid being stopped, right? Polish Jewish and Indian, Sikh. So you see what I mean? It's a conspiracy between them two types against native ethnic Britons, right? English, Scots, Wales, and Irish. Right? Now you see, this is the poster for that movie, and I'm not who that one there is, right? But it looks pretty much like that one. Right? He was supposed to be half Japanese or something. So you can see, you can see how where all this stuff's going, right? And why they do these psyops. Crusade for pan-Europe. Again, this Kudenhof was basically UN. He worked at the UN up until the 1970s. Which obviously most people don't know. Right? So his influence on the whole world is quite big. Right, so as you can see, in the 1970s, it was still very much into this character's teachings and stuff. Right? So that movie, the THX, was made in 1973 or something like that, right? So very much prevalent in our minds, right? Now, as you say, Kabuki proposed Beethoven's Ode to Joy as music for the European anthem. Now you see it here, Simcha, right? Joy, is Simcha in Hebrew. Simcha is pronounced Simka, right? So it's gone over here, Kasim, right? Kasim. Kasim means eunuch or castrated. Ode to joy, right? To divide or distribute. And see, additionally, the term Sasson conveys celebration and jubilation. Baghdadis, as we know. Baghdadi Jews, Iraqi Jews. So again, how influential are these on what's going on in Europe now? Right? Probably fairly quite a bit. Mumbai in India. Of course, you get immigrants. You see, that means joy or gladness. Of course, you get immigrants from all over these places, Syria, and Iraq, and obviously India, and Turkey, and everything. So, how influential is all these? I would say that a lot behind it, because they're going to benefit directly from destroying these Western economies. Big time. Think of all the business what's outsourced to where these, and then of course, the Turkish barbers, and how Habsburg was, wanting to bring Islam into Europe, so it all sort of ties in. obviously this is famous. We often they created the Jews.